No. Okay, so we're gonna come to our chairs. I'm using a dining room chair. I hope you all can see me pretty well. I may even come a little bit closer. If you're, make sure your chair is sturdy. This one is a little back heavy. It's a dining room chair. So I don't ever want to like push back on it because I'll fall. I want to just make sure I'm pushing down on it instead of back or pulling it. It's a dining room chair. It's not meant for exercise, I guess. But we're going to start out just coming into a comfortable seat. Chair yoga is strengthening your spine. It's going to help this lower back. It'll be more comfortable, but it does have health benefits. So when you're in your chair, you don't want to be lean back unless that's the only way you can do it, which is fine if your back hurts. I know a lot of us have back issues, but try to sit away from the back. We want to engage the core, the front, the back. Let's get that belly button to the spine because this is strengthening. This is what is keeping our core strong. So we want to have this going on almost the whole time. There'll be some things when we don't, but we don't want to round our back or do this is not, so let's sit up straight. Core in, tight. We want to use these muscles the whole time. But right now, we're just going to sit up straight. You don't have to have the core in. We're going to open our palms out today. Opening your palms and sitting means that you're open to things, the love that we're giving to each other, good thoughts, sending it, receiving it. So let's just sit with our palms open. Close your eyes. You don't have to be squeezing in right now. We're just going to start breathing here. Just your normal breath. Intentionally start lengthening your breath. So longer inhales, longer exhales. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale completely, fill your lungs. You might feel your chest and your belly expand. And then exhale. Get all the air out of your lungs to make room for fresh air. Continue with this breathing for a few more minutes. And remember this breath as we go through our practice today. Gently open your eyes. We're going to take our right hand and put it on our right shoulder, and our left hand, put it on our left shoulder. We're going to give ourselves a hug and slowly start twisting to the right and left as you inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. You want to try to keep your hips still and just move the spine, just gently. And then on your next, back to the neutral, we're going to switch our hands. So we're going to Take the left one off, the right one off. The left one goes up, and then the right one. Give yourself a hug, and then turn. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale, and back to neutral. We're going to bring our hands down to our sides. This is where we're going to engage the core. We're going to get stronger. This helps with balance. Being able to sit strong and balance are very important, especially for most of us. We're going to have our hands down and we're going to squeeze our fist, squeezing in here, shoulders down the back, relaxed. I know it's weird to relax this, but squeeze everything else. And then we're going to bring our arms up as we let our hands out. Squeeze them back in. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Squeeze those arm muscles the whole time. You should be able to feel maybe a little burning sensation in your shoulders and in your upper back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale up, squeeze, squeeze, and then relax. Shake it out. We're keeping our core tight on this one too. This is going to be kind of a strength thing. Come to the edge of the chair if that's possible for you. If you're, make sure your chair doesn't want to fall forward. And we're going to engage the core. We're going to take our right arm out and then our left leg out and down. Inhale up the other side. Exhale down. Squeeze your thighs. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale down. One more each side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Squeeze and exhale down. You can stay at the edge of your chair, which is, you know, a pretty good place to be. Or if you really need to lean back and use the back of your chair, that's what it's for. If you're back here, just really try to sit intentionally with a tall spine. We're going to bring our legs out a little more than hip distance. So hip distance, and then, I don't know if you can't see me, 1 foot apart. So your hips aren't normally as wide as you think they are, but a little further than hip distance. And we're going to raise our right hand, stay engaged, lifting up, stretching to the ceiling. Put your left hand on your left knee, and you're going to bring your right hand down inside of your foot. I don't think y'all can see my hands. Probably still can. I can't see from here. So right arm up. You're going to place it. You can use this for balance right on the inside of your right hand straight all the way down to the floor. And then you're going to lift your other arm up in the sky. See if you can look up at this hand as far as you can go. It may not look completely like this. And you can use the pressure of your right knee to help give you a little more open twist. You want your shoulders open and not in like this. Even if you're just like only getting your here, let's see if we can get this, your shoulders open just a little bit. And then breathe. And this feels really good to me. Remember your deep breaths. Then bring that hand back to the knee so you can help get yourself back up. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So lift your left arm up, stretch for the ceiling, and then down. to the floor, and then lift your right arm up, twisting your spine, trying to keep your hips as flat on the chair as possible. Looking up if you can, trying to get those shoulders. The most important part is really trying to get those shoulders open. Keeping your deep breaths. Inhale, and then exhale your right hand back down to help get you up. When you're doing twists, you will find that your breaths aren't as long as they are. That's normal. You're squishing everything up in there, but just try to remember slow and deep. We're going to come now, same foot position, both hands on your knees, and we're going to do cat and cows from here. I think we've done that on the floor before, so it's just going to be an inhale, come forward, look up. Exhale, hold on to your knees. See if you can get that curvature in your spine, dropping your head. So continue that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. A couple more times at your own breath. And then coming back to neutral, we're going to do some circles here. So you'll just kind of come in and around like this. You don't need to be turned sideways. I'm just trying to show you. So you can go as deep as you want to go. Like it may feel good to go all the way down. Bend that back, or it may feel good just to kind of do just a little thing because you want to do what feels good to you, what your hips are saying. You can roll your hips around or you can keep them still. And now we're going to go the other way. Remembering to breathe. And then next time you come forward, let's go back to neutral. We're going to keep our legs the same, and we're going to fold over and try to let our head go. So you can relax. We don't need to engage our core here. We do want to always keep our shoulders kind of down our backs. This is stressful, so we try not to do that in yoga. So you can just put your hands on your knees. See if you can slowly walk yourself down, maybe to your elbows. Maybe you can put your hands all the way on the ground. Maybe you want to scoot back just a little bit so you don't feel like you're going to fall over. And try to keep a straight spine for an inhale. And then exhale, just see if you can let it go. You can cross your arms and kind of hang. You want your head loose, your arms loose. Try to relax your hip muscles and your thigh muscles. Breathing deep. Inhale, exhale your hands back to the floor if they're not there. And then you can slowly walk yourself back up. We're going to bring our legs closer together. Take your right hand on your left, outside of your left leg, and your left hand to your chair somewhere. It doesn't matter where, on the back, on the side. And we're going to twist. Engage, twist only from the spine, and then your neck. See if you can look behind you. We've done a little twisting, so you might get a little further than you did when you were hugging and twisting. Remember your breaths. They don't have to be as deep, but try to be conscious about them. Slow. Inhale, and then exhale, back to neutral. And then we're just going to do that same thing on the other side. So this is my left hand. It's going to go on the outside of my right leg. And one day I'm going to learn right from left. And then just twist wherever it's more comfortable for you to hold your chair. And then keep your spine straight up and down like there's a rod going through the top of your head, out through your hips, through the middle, and try to keep that and twist on that pole that's going through you. If you can look behind you, maybe where your shoulder is, that's great. Inhale, and then exhale back to neutral. You can give yourself a little roll out right here. Feels good, whatever. Kind of loosens you up. Now we're gonna do a seated pigeon pose. So this is a hip opener. Some people have really open hips, and most people have really tight hips, and that's in the world. A lot of people have really tight hips. We just don't stretch them that much. So what you're gonna do is take your right foot, bring it up, squeeze it in here. First, we're gonna roll out our ankle. If you need to sit back for balance on the chair, remember to always do what you need to do for yourself, and then roll it the other way. And then we're gonna take the ankle and put it right above the knee. This could be a really intense pose for some people. If it is, you can bring your leg down just a little bit, or maybe try to put it below your knee. We never want to put things on top of our knee, put pressure on top of our knee. So wherever you're at, you can take your right hand, put it on top of your knee. If this is not, if you like a little more intense stretch, and kind of push it. Put both hands, you can try to come across it and bend over it a little bit. Or if you really have open hips, bring your hands to the floor. Trying to keep a pretty straight spine. So I have pretty loose hips in this way. You don't have to look like this. Try to remember to keep your foot flexed, engaged, so that you don't, it'll help keep your knee safe. And this is pretty intense for me at this position. Remembering your breath. I know it's really easy to hold it. And then inhale, exhale, bring yourself back up safely using your body or coming straight out, whatever's good for you. And then we're gonna put that leg down. You can kind of shake it out a little bit. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So lift up your left knee or the other knee that you didn't do, and give it a twist. Twist your ankles around. Change sides. I can't remember if I already said that. I know I did it. I just don't remember if I said it. And then when you're ready, we'll bring that ankle right above the knee. This is my Cancer hip, so it's not as open as this side. So whatever feels good to you. Remember, you can always have it down here. Push down if you need a little more intense. And that's pretty intense for me, but you can also come down or put your hands. I can't reach the ground on this side, so I'm not even going to try because it's a little too much for me. So I'm just going to continue to just give a little press. I'm going to have my core engaged and just do a little press on the knee, and that gives me all the stretch I need. Continuing your deep breath. And then inhale, getting yourself back to a seated position, whether you have to crawl up, whatever it takes. We're gonna come back just a little bit in our seats because we're gonna straighten our legs out in front, and I don't want anybody falling forward. We're gonna do a fold with as straight legs as you want them to be. They don't have to be. They can be like this or straight. We want them to be together and not more than hip distance apart. And we're going to try to sit up strong, engage that core, put our hands on our legs, and slowly walk down as far as you can get with a straight spine, not putting pressure on your kneecaps. And then go down as far as you can. Maybe you can grab your toes, maybe not. Maybe you can put your hands on the ground. And then when you find as far as you want to go, let go of your head and just relax. My feet are tingling here a little bit because this is a pretty deep stretch for me. Inhale, exhale. You can walk back up your legs or bring them in and use them to walk yourself back up, not putting pressure on your knees. And from here, this is going to be, if you have sides on your chair, you're going to have to scoot out pretty far to the end. This is one that might be a little more challenging to learn, and that's okay because we're all just practicing. We're going to do Warrior 2 seated. So if you don't have arms, you can bring your right knee out over the chair. If you do have arms, just bring it out. You're going to have to sit a little more. Maybe your left butt cheek is not on the chair. And then straighten out your left leg, and you want your toes pointed straight forward. You want your hips to be pointed in the same direction as your foot, and as close as you can get. And then we're still looking straight ahead. Bring our arms out. We're getting that core tight, bringing our arms out by our sides, and then look over your right hand. Warrior 2. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, exhale your left arm down, and we're going to bring our right hand up to stretch. You should feel the stretch here. You can be straight up, you can do a little back bend, whatever's comfortable for you. This leg may be bent just a little bit, that's okay. Just really stretch up. Inhale, exhale, you're going to bring your right arm to your right leg, and then stretch this arm up. This is an extended lunge. Inhale, and then exhale. Come back, bring your legs back, however you can get them. I don't know a whole lot of modifications for these exercises because I've never really taught this before. And if we need that for the future, if we want to do this again, I will definitely work on that. And so now we're just going to go to the other side. So your left leg is going to come out here, depending on your chair. You may be more out here or more out here. And then take in the right leg. See if you can stretch it out behind you with your foot pointed forward, your shoulders forward, and your hips open. And then inhale your arms out. Look over that left shoulder. Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, drop your right hand, bring in your left arm up as you stretch. You can have it down your leg, just make sure you're not on your knee. Inhale. Exhale, bringing that left arm to the left leg and your right arm up for a stretch. If you can look up at the ceiling, that's great. If you can't, look straight ahead or down if you need a little more balance here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to come back to seated, however, we can get there safely. And now we're going to do a couple of standing poses. So go ahead and stand up. I'm going to turn my chair sideways. You don't have to. My chair's back heavy, so I don't want to pull on it because I'll fall. I want to take my hands, make sure if I'm pushing on it, I'm pushing straight down because nobody wants to fall. Straighten your arms, put them on the back of your chair. If you're a little more limber, you can put them on the seat of your chair. We're going to do the puppy pose that we did in yin. We're going to do it on the chair. So walk back until you can get to about a 90-degree angle right here. Let's see if I can, you can see me. And then we're going to try to just stretch open our chest and stretch to see if gravity can pull your chest down between your arms a little bit. We're kind of letting everything go here, except for our arms because we don't want to fall. Relaxing the shoulders, going down as far as you need to. Inhale, and then exhale. Bend your knees, find your way back up. And now we're going to do some standing balancing poses, which are very important. It's going to take our core again. We're going to tighten our butts and our thighs. And yeah, balancing is very important. So you can hold on to the back of your chair. Remember, this one falls, so I don't want to pull on it. I want to push on it. Your chairs are all different. Just please be safe. We're going to start by having our right hand. It doesn't matter. Just remember which side you're on. But you're going to put your hand on the chair, whichever is closest to it, and then lift up the opposite knee, kind of bring it in here. And we want to see if we can come to just maybe a fingertip, or if you can actually move it, or just this a couple of times. Engage the core, engage that leg, feel your feet planted in the earth. Sometimes just a tiny tip of your finger gives you so much balance. And then we're going to move that leg out into a tree pose. So a tree pose can be here, 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 or here. I don't know if you can see all that. I hope so. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. So you can have it here, 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 using your toes kind of also as to help you balance. You do not put them here. We don't put things that we don't push on our knees. So we're back to holding on. We're here, bringing that leg out, and we're going to come into tree pose. So whatever that looks like for you, this is perfectly fine. It doesn't matter. It's all about balancing. And then we'll work to see if we can maybe come to just one finger. Maybe we can let go. You really want to feel that foot planted. If you fall out of it, just come back into it. Without the chair, I fall out of tree pose constantly. This works just as well. See if you can bring that hand up. And now we're going to let it loose, and that can make your feet and calves burn. So roll them out, whatever feels good to you. And then we're going to do the other side. You don't have to turn your chair around, but I'm going to. Your hand is closest to the chair, on the chair, making sure it's stable. And then inhale, we're going to bring that opposite leg up as far as you can get it. And that maybe you can hold on to the back of your leg like this too. You don't have to hold on to the front of it. We're just not going to hold on to our knee. And then maybe come to a finger. This is my least balanced side because of cancer. So I'm a little more shakier on this side. And then we're gonna bring to a tree, bring that leg out to the side, here, 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 or here. Putting it right here is the hardest one for me because I can't hold on to myself right there. Remember, not here. This one is really good. It really makes no difference. So maybe coming up to one finger, maybe letting go, coming back to balancing with the chair when you need it, and then see if you can let go again. Keeping that core tight, that hiney tight, keeping that thigh tight, really feeling the earth with your feet to keep you stable. You're a tree. Woo, my tree's about to blow over. I'm from Florida, our trees do like this all the time. Inhale and relax. And you can twist that foot out. You can make that ankle burn just a little bit. And now we're gonna do some calf stretches because we just use a little calf energy. So you don't have to come to the back. You can hold on to the side. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna kind of just step back a little bit with either foot. Put that heel on the ground wherever feels good to you here. You can go back. We're gonna bend that front knee a little bit and push down on the chair to see if you can really get a stretch in that calf back there. That feels really good to me. My calves are tight too. My hamstrings and calves and hips. And then when you're ready, step back in and let's go out with the other foot. Bend that front knee a little bit if you can. Push down because you want to push that heel down. Even bending the leg a little bit, the knee on your stretched out leg, you can feel the stretch in your calf. And step back in. We're going to do Savasana a little bit different today. So you want to be lying down in front of your chair so that you can put your legs up here, your back's on the ground, and your legs are up here. So however it takes you to get, I don't know if you can see me. Sorry. To get your hiney close to the chair can be difficult, but as close as you can get. And we're going to put our feet up. And we're going to stretch our arms. We want to sort of engage the core, but not tight, but we don't want to see this. That's painful. So we want to see if we can get, if you have to lift your hips up and get that spine flat on the ground. Your arms down beside you, palms face up. Closing the eyes, take a couple of deep breaths. Relaxing, coming back to your normal breath, the breath that you don't think about, but the breath that's always there. Releasing the tension in your face. And your shoulders. Your chest. Your hands. Your hips. And your feet.